Hello, my name is Glenn Spillman, and to my left, I have my cohort, Sean Allen.
What's up?
We are here at the beautiful Sticks Bar and Grill in Citrus Heights. Now, we are caddy corner on a golf course, if you will. So, the golf course at Sunrise Golf. They have a driving range, so all you people who like to whack your balls around, they got that out there. They have the golf course itself. Now, not only do they have the golf course, but they have disc golf as well. So they could do whatever your pleasure is. You know, you could do a little round of golf, or you could do disc golf. Now, I asked you this.
We'll have to try some disc golf.
I've done disc golf.
I haven't.
Man. So you mean try it here?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, disc golf. It's fun for anybody. I mean. Little kids right here, they could do disc golf. I mean, it's just like Frisbee, the way I like to explain it to people, but it's more of the discs themselves are a little heavier, than so it's got some skill to it. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but it's kind of fun. So it's right behind us here. So thank Jordan. Jordan's not here right now, but thank Jordan. He's the owner of Sticks Bar and Grill. So
Jordan's the man.
Jordan is the man. So what are you drinking anyway, dude?
I got water. I got a little bit of beer, a little bit of coffee.
It's
gotta make sure we're ready for everything.
Yeah. So also too, there is we mentioned these guys past couple of weeks. Mr. Pickles. So,
yeah, buddy.
Mr. Pickles, go check them out. There's a gentleman that has 3 of them. There's one on Zinfandel. We're over by your neck of the woods.
Right.
There's one in Gold River, and then Kirby Avenue and Sunrise, right on the corner there.
Correct.
There is a Moe's. There's a Starbucks that's just been built there, and then there's Mr. Pickles.
Correct.
So I've had sandwiches from Mr. Pickles. I've had their competitors. I won't mention their competitors, but I will say this. I mean, they bake their bread fresh every 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
They put about 5 ounces of meat on their sandwiches, which is almost double than what most other people do.
Yeah.
And then sandwiches are awesome. That's all I'll say about that. I was looking for my book. I don't have my book to show the people that are watching. But by the way, I want to thank everybody that out in cyberspace that is watching the show. We got some people over here on Facebook.
What's up, DJ Eddie Z?
We've got people from all over the world watching our show, and we appreciate it. But you know what? I have a book out. It's we're waiting for our audio guy because I hear a humming. Is it humming over there?
Yeah,
is it
that's
my
what
imagination?
I'm hearing.
All right, so we're going to turn that down. I don't know where they're at, but we're waiting on them. There she is.
Hey, perfect timing.
So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so go check the book out. It's called 1,000 Miles from Nowhere. You can go on Amazon. You could either search that or Glenn Spillman, and you will check that out. We have a special guest this afternoon that's going to be coming on after our first segment, and she is going to be going on for the not kickboxing. I'm having one of those days where
You're having
I'm
brain fart.
I'm speaking, but I don't know what I'm saying. So we got our.
She's going for the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes, she is.
In breaking bricks.
So and she's gonna now. Her name is Kirby Delaunay. Am I saying that right? Delaunay. It's French. Some people think a little bit of. Thank you very much. These aren't drugs I'm taking, ladies and gentlemen. These are. Okay. These are. I'm not feeling too well right now. For some reason, I don't know if it's my stomach, if I got a stomach bug or what. My stomach, it feels like a knife is going through my.
That's not good.
No, it's like
horrible.
It kind of reminds me of Alien, the movie where the alien comes out of the dude's stomach. That's what it kind of feels like right now. But
yes, sir.
Also, I want to let everybody know that you could follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Epic News Sports. So we would appreciate the subscribing on our YouTube channel, and I see the gentleman. I don't remember his name from last week, but I do see an OU staring at me. And I did go to the University of Oklahoma. I am not from there. I'm from Los Angeles. But everyone asks, "Are you from Oklahoma?" No, I'm not. Anyway, awesome. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but Boomer Sooner on that. It says Boomer Sooner on his.
Our friend is watching.
Who?
Mr. Connected. Mr. Saeed.
Oh, Adam.
What is happening?
Yeah, Adam. We missed you last week. We missed you this week, too. So, again, trying to get you on the show, but obviously you're doing other things that warrant your attention. But also, happy 90th birthday to Tony Bennett.
Oh, wow.
90 years old.
I thought I heard something like that.
Now, your girlfriend, the dude, as I call her, her birthday is today. What is she, 45, 50?
No, 39.
Oh, 39. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, by the way. But anyway, so she shares a birthday with Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett, I believe he was 23 years old when he started singing, and he's been around all the greats. So happy birthday, Tony. Hope you make it throughout the day.
Oh, you're bad.
I'm just messing with you. But, all right, so let's dive into some sports here, man. Let's let me get we'll talk a little bit of Olympics. We talked a little bit last week about the Olympics. Now, Michael Phelps is going to carry the U.S. flag and lead Team USA. What are your thoughts on Michael Phelps being chosen to get that honor, if you will?
Are you asking me that because of his past troubles?
No, I'm just asking you that. You could say whatever you want about
I think picking him is fine. I mean, he has 18 gold medals. I mean, he has had his moments.
Yeah.
He rehabbed his image, and I think everything's fine. So I'm assuming that you're asking this question because there are some opposition to this.
Well, a little bit.
I'm just trying some pushback.
I'm just going to ask. Normally I won't ask on air, but hey, do I let this dissolve under my tongue? On my tongue.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm not hitting acid or anything.
Adam, I swear that he's not using drugs. He's
No.
just feeling a little under the weather.
It is not acid or LSD.
I see that Adam has said DJ Eddie Z for president.
Man, that stuff tastes like baby vomit. Maybe it is LSD. I'm kidding. Yeah, so what do you think about Michael Phelps?
I think he's fine. He had his past little, mishap, and I think it's over and done with. I mean,
what was his mishap?
Didn't he smoke marijuana?
Mm-hmm.
And who's pushing back because of that?
Now, honestly, the reason why I say that is really marijuana that we've talked about this
Yes,
100 times on the show. Is it really that big of a deal? Honestly.
It was on his off time, such as we discussed this before too. If it's on your off time and it doesn't affect the sports or what you're doing, whatever you're doing, if it doesn't affect that, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, if you and I want to go on the golf course, smoke a couple blunts after the show, what's the big deal?
Right.
I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying, what's the big deal?
But
it's
if we
legal.
If we were professional football players, basketball, any sports, including swimming, for an Olympic team, if you're on your own time, you just got done with the season, and you're in Barbados, and you want to smoke a bowl,
kind of like Diaz was when he was.
That should be allowed. I mean, that you're on your own time.
Or you're in Amsterdam and you're having a pot salad.
Right. I mean, that's to people. Now, if you're doing it during the season and it's affecting your play, then there's a problem.
All right, but again, and I will say this 1,000 times. What is the difference between alcohol? Hey, we just got done with the game. We're going to go have a few beers.
Right.
Hey, we just got done with the game. Let's go smoke a bowl. I mean, what is the – and again, they both impair you they both relax you to a certain thing. But
legally, you can't drive with either one in your system.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You get a DUI with either one.
Yes. So Michael Phelps, I don't really have a problem with him carrying the flag. Honestly, the opening ceremony is August 5th, so Friday, 4 o'clock. I believe it's 4 o'clock Pacific time that we could watch it. But I think Phelps is doing it because he's the biggest American name representing America in the Olympics.
Right. He's
bigger than Kevin Durant. He's bigger than any of the NBA players. And can you name another American Olympian right now? Can you name one more American other than NBA? Can you name an American Olympian right now that's going to be in the Summer Games in 2 days?
I don't. Her name's really long, and she's a volleyball player, and she's going for her third gold. I just watched her on the news.
The long name volleyball lady. Well, if you didn't just watch her on the news, would you have even? I mean, I don't know.
I knew who she was.
Can you name an American? No. What about you? Can you name an American Olympian right now that's going to be in the Olympics? No. That's what I'm saying. He's the biggest name representing America in the Summer Games. So, how many medals do you think Phelps? Not gold medals, just medals. Period. How many medals do you think that he will capture in
this time?
Yeah.
Probably 10.
10?
Well, I mean, overall, you're talking about between overall races and stuff?
Yeah, everything. I don't know how many.
I don't know. Like I said, you were talking about gold and non-gold, right?
Gold, silver, bronze.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 then. I mean, if that's more of a realistic number. Maybe 2 or 3 golds.
I'll say 5.
2 or 3 golds, maybe a silver or 2.
Okay. Now, big question that I'm asking right now. Why do you think they keep having these Summer Olympic Games in countries where safety and health is an issue?
That I think this is the last one that's going to happen with it. I think this one right here, I saw them offloading horses from America down there, and I'm like, oh Lord, what's the virus called? It's
Zika.
Zika virus.
It sounds like Ezekiel from the Bible. Ezekiel.
But I mean, I'm like, dude, if there is a flare up in the Ezekiel virus coming after these games, that'll absolutely be the end of that.
Well,
any country that has a possibility no longer will have
because the American athletes are going. They should anyway. They should go through a extenuating process, health screening before they come back in the country.
Right, because we could have just a total, a national outbreak.
Yeah.
From this, from all the people that are going over there to watch the Olympics, all the people that are going there to participate, all the animals, I guess, such as horses and stuff, could come back and be breeders of it.
Yeah, and when you're over there, you have to watch where you go to eat, where you go to drink and party and whatnot, because Rio has always been a party country. Always.
100%.
I've been there a couple of times, and it's party central, and they unfortunately there are some people there's just people around the world, they freaking hate Americans, so they're gonna put something in the food or put something in it. I'm saying that's gonna freaking happen, and I'm just saying, everybody be careful. Now we did and I never told you this, but we had press credentials to go and cover over there. Now,
that's crazy.
There's a couple things too. I mean, I've got kids, you got kids.
Right.
I'm not taking a chance.
Oh no.
And I mean, I appreciate that we got approved, but there's no way in hell that I'm going to take a chance on bringing back anything to infect my child.
No. Not at all. I would have had as much as exciting as that would have been. Yeah. I would have to pass.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because until now, and I just don't. I don't think it's a good idea, and I think that safety one thing, but health, safety you can control a lot more than the health aspect, because airborne stuff. Now you can corral people, and safety is something more that you could control.
Right.
The health issue. So done with that. I will watch some of the Summer Olympics. There are just some things that I just don't care about, honestly. And sports, and we're supposed to love all sports. I do like it, but I'm not gonna. Okay, I shouldn't say. Let me take back my statement. I don't want to say I don't care about them. I do. I care about anything sports. I just don't want to sit there and watch certain particular sports for 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
I might watch one match or maybe the final match or something like that, but I don't want to sit there and watch. What am I looking at?
It's sideways.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm watching myself watch myself.
So I see on my Facebook feed, I see my buddy Cameron's on there, Kevin Fobbs, and we also have a one-time NFL superstar, Gerald Wilhite, on there.
Well, hello, Gerald Wilhite.
So what's up, Mr. Wilhite?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for everybody tuning in.
We got comments over here, but I changed my.
I see that.
I changed my. Whatever happened when I changed my background on my phone? It's kind of like. What's the word I'm looking?
See-through.
See-through. There you go.
Yes.
So let's jump into a little bit of NBA. NBA action. Now, you know who Derek Fisher is.
Absolutely.
Sure. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, he is an ex-New York Knicks coach. Didn't last very long. He was the coach from 14 to 16. So basically 14, 15, 15, 16 year. Basketball and hockey are kind of weird on their years. It goes by. So anyway, he hints, and it's a strong hint, that he's going to have a possible comeback. Now, I said when he retired, he's retiring too early.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he had a couple more, the type of role he was playing. I thought he had a couple more years. I thought he had 2 or 3 more years.
You know what I think he did, honestly? I think he got out of basketball, took a coaching job because people are like, what? So he took a coaching job to take time off. So instead of taking time off and just chilling, he took time off. He was still around the NBA, still around basketball, got some coaching in, even though that he coached one of the suckiest teams. He got that, but he's a 5-time NBA champion.
Yeah.
Now, he played with the Lakers, the Mavericks, the Golden State Warriors.
He didn't play with Utah, did he?
No. So anyway, so he's all those championships, all with the Lakers.
Yeah.
And so I think if he comes back, I honestly think he'll go back to the Lakers.
I don't think so. I think, okay, he could go back to the Lakers, but in the Lakers state of things right now, I don't think it's worth his while to go back. He doesn't. It's not like he's going to a team who even has a remote possibility.
Do you think he might be going back to the Warriors?
Well, see, that's what when you asked me about the Lakers, I thought he could go as a 6th man or off the bench player for the Lakers.
That would be interesting.
You know the other gentleman that's coming back, right? I heard rumblings of Ray Allen coming back.
I like Ray Allen.
And I thought,
yes,
and
I have heard about that.
That was for the Cavaliers, right?
Yes.
I could see why they would have him in there.
If he does come back, then I would say that their chances to get back into the finals just got a little higher.
Right.
Not as high as the Warriors, but
if you put Kevin Durant and then add Fisher on top of everything they already got, as a person who's going to play like 10 minutes a game.
Fisher is as good a player as Ray Allen.
He can play 10 to 12 minutes a game and be productive enough.
Oh, yeah.
To drop in 3-point. He was a 3-point demon.
Yeah.
And they already have like 4 demons on a team, four shot specialists.
Yeah. So, Mr. LeBron James,
back
into sometimes I think he just likes to hear his name and a little bit narcissistic. But anyway, he is chasing what he calls the ghost. Most people, when I say they're chasing the ghost, I automatically think of people on heroin chasing the dragon, getting that original high. But anyway, LeBron James is chasing the ghost to be the best of all time. Now, he says, and I quote, "My motivation is this ghost I'm chasing." He said in an interview with Sports Illustrated, the ghost played in Chicago. So the ghost that he is chasing is being Michael Jordan.
So why is he calling Michael Jordan the ghost is what I'm trying to figure out to start with.
Because it's haunting him. It's okay. Now let me ask you this. people before LeBron came chirping around, everyone was saying Kobe Bryant was the reincarnation, if you will, the next Michael Jordan, which he is very, very close. Now, what raises Michael above everybody else is the number of rings that he has.
And he won them
pretty freaking consecutively, yeah.
If I'm correct, it was 3 at a time, break, 1 year break, and then 3 more.
So he has more rings.
So in 7 years, he won 6 titles, if I'm correct.
But he also now, but the rings aside, you got to look at points, assists, steals, overall stats. But because you could win a ring. Now, Osweiler. You remember Osweiler, quarterback?
Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl ring. Did he play in the Super Bowl?
No. He probably should have.
But he didn't. Now, he should have because Manning freaking sucked.
Yeah, Manning was horrible.
Well, everybody sucked that game. Well, not everybody.
Here's my take on this. LeBron has won 3 rings, correct?
Yeah, 3.
He's in the conversation now. He's on the list, okay? But at this point in time, he is not better than Michael Jordan. He is not as good as Michael Jordan. I don't care how many points, if you compare stats overall, until he's got 6 rings, he's not as good as Michael Jordan.
Now, I will say this. If we'll just say for the sake of if he has more points than Jordan and he got there sooner, if he has more assists and all this, but he wins 1 more ring and he has 4 rings.
Right.
I would say then, based on statistics, yes, you're better. Because I could say now, let's say for the sake of argument, you have a gentleman that, you could say, Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra has 10 World Series rings.
Right.
Okay. Now, but he's a catcher and all that. But would you say that not Matt Cain? Crap, I can't even think. Catcher for the Giants, Buster Posey.
Yes.
Buster Posey. He's won 3 rings.
Right.
He's a very good catcher. He's good offense, defense. He plays first base sometimes. Would you consider him a better catcher than Yogi Berra?
I don't know. I don't think so.
See? But you thought about it for a second. Yogi Berra's got 10.
You're saying if Michael Jordan wins 1 more, you would say
LeBron.
Well, if LeBron won one more, that you would say he's better than LeBron than Michael Jordan.
I think.
Here's my thing.
Kobe is better than LeBron.
No one will ever win the titles in the fashion that Michael Jordan won them, and that and just in the total control, I just think overall, and you have to understand here, I'm not that I hate LeBron. I like LeBron.
No.
And I'm saying, you have to understand, I love Michael Jordan. He came from the University of North Carolina. So that was my father's home state. That was my college basketball team. So, but I just don't think, if you look at points, titles.
Smell that?
Yeah, I smell that.
Get on that food right in front of that fan. Just.
Yeah, was that done on purpose or what?
I don't know, but that smells good.
But I just don't think. Wow, do we have Keith Jackson is messaging a comment?
Says you guys gotta. I can't read it, man. I got my.
That's professional football player Keith Jackson.
I can't read that far. We'll read what you just said here. Actually, Katie will read it for us, and then she will. So that bottom one, what does Keith say?
You guys.
Oh yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Keith. Hey,
we would love to have you on the show.
Write my number down, Keith. 916-420-0697. Give me a call. Get a hold of Sean.
That's friends with Adrian Ross right there.
DM me. You could follow me on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, Epic News Sports. Heck yeah, we'll have you on the show,
You have a place right here on the panel.
Yep.
Anytime you want to come on.
Yep.
So
all the beer you can drink, man.
And bring Adrian with you.
Yeah. So LeBron, I think that we could spend a lot of time on this. We can split hairs, but I think still Kobe is above LeBron. Kobe's got more rings.
Right.
Now listen, man. When you drop 80 points in a game, I don't care who you are, dude. Now let's move on. Now, a lot of people have been saying some stuff about the Warriors, about how they're going to have to sacrifice because Kevin Durant is coming on and whatnot. Now, Klay Thompson has jumped out, and he's pretty upset about this, and he's offended, actually. Now, he doesn't think the Warriors will have to, and I put in quotations, sacrifice with the addition of KD. He has said that. And he said, and I quote, "I feel kind of disrespected that people keep using the term sacrifice to describe me and to describe us. We all want to see each other do well, but I'm not sacrificing," expletives, probably shite.
I knew the media would jump all over this and twist this around.
"Because my game isn't changing. I'm still going to try and play. The NBA season can get mundane. 82 games are so long, and there can be some boredom. Now we can embrace being the hated team and getting everyone's best and adding some tension every night. It'll be fun experience going into arenas on the road with opposing fans hating what we've built." End quote.
Here's what I like, though, and even Kevin Durant said this. Kevin Durant's a humble enough player. He knows he has the opportunity to fulfill the last step of his career, and that's win titles. And I say titles because this team they have, and being that Kevin Durant will take his role and be the star player he is, but he's humble enough to be able to give and take with Steph Curry and all those guys, that I think that they'll get along just fine. They can win more than one. They can win a couple.
They can, and it's like when I played sports, man. It doesn't matter who's on your team. There's enough to go around for everybody. And that's the thing about like hockey and whatnot. It's like you got 2-minute shifts. You go out there, you play your 2 minutes. The next line comes out. Right. Does
Kevin Durant's not a ball hog, and he's not going to try to take over the spotlight.
Right.
He knows he has a role.
Right.
He knows he has a place in their system.
Yep.
And he'll fulfill that. And they got rid of what's his name, 31. The kid's name I can't pronounce, from the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
He'll be playing in that spot. He's going to raise hell in the center.
Yeah.
So I think that he's the missing piece that they've needed.
Yeah. Well, I will say this one last thing. Well, for those of you not watching the Giants game, we've got the Giants playing the Phillies in Philadelphia, and looks like Pence just scored again. So it should be 4-0 Philly. Giants have 6 hits. Oh, still 3? 3-0? So, okay, 3-0. 3-0 Giants. I can't see that far. But Pence just scored. Wow, man.
I was watching it last night. It was 7-7.
Yeah, he scored from first. So, Pence is a beast, man. You missed the game when he was rehabbing in Sacramento.
I know.
So, I had a chance to talk to him and whatnot. He's a really cool cat, man. He's a cool guy to talk to. But we're going to get into what happened in last night's game with the Giants in Philly. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But the last thing on the basketball, former Sacramento Queen, Jimmer Fredette. Yes, I did say Queen. Jimmer Fredette.
I watched the story, yes.
He signs with the Shanghai Sharks.
Owned by Yao Ming.
Yeah, so the Shanghai Sharks, they're not a gang. It's an actual basketball team with the Chinese Basketball Association. Now, he did play with the Knicks on a 10-day contract, and that's about it. But I actually I liked him as a player here in Sacramento. I mean, he did well. He shot the three well. He was very vigilant in his play. He gave it. He was always fast-paced. He was giving it everything that he had every single game. I don't know why Sacramento got rid of him. I really don't.
I don't. No, they didn't even use him that well.
No, they didn't. Well, they got rid of Isaiah Thomas too, and I don't know why they got rid of Isaiah Thomas.
He played minimum time.
Yeah,
not even a minimum time, and he was a good shooter.
Yeah. Oh. So we're gonna cover one more thing, and then we're going to break. One thing on the NHL. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was Wayne Gretzky, but it's not. It's his little brother, Keith Gretzky. He signed as the Oilers general manager. So we'll see how he fares. His brother, he's won a few Stanley Cups with the Oilers. So, Gretzky played with the Oilers. Then he went to Los Angeles, and then he went to New York Rangers. So he played, his buddy was Mark Messier, played with. And Wayne Gretzky holds every NHL record fathomable to men. And
definitely.
So
I just saw another. Carmichael Dave just popped in. What's up, Carmichael Dave?
What's up? So anyway, so we're gonna go take a break. I'm gonna find out what these pills are, and I'm gonna take them. And we are going to come back with Kirby Delaunay, and we're gonna talk to her about the who's, what's, wins, where, hows, and whys. And you're going to get to know her. We're going to ask her, and we're going to talk about everything that she's done, what she's doing. It's a really cool story, and there's going to be an event coming up August 14th that you do not want to miss. So
Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, Guinness Book of World Records. We're going to be there, man.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to take a little break on commercial, and we'll be back with Kirby Delaunay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Epic Sports Radio. For those of you on Facebook, you might have saw us just kind of chilling out here in between the commercial break. We like to give people kind of the behind-the-scenes kind of what we do, what we jack around with during commercial break, and it's just kind of a fun thing to do. Chord to Mr. Mac there. We're going to have to give Mr. Mac his juice. Sorry about that. Did I? Oh, sorry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to my right, we have on panel now. She hails and came and graced us with her presence all the way from Grass Valley, Nevada County. I appreciate you coming. This is Kirby Delaunay. Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Kirby Delaunay. She's a martial arts master Hall of Famer. She's going to be going for the Guinness Book of World Record for brick breaking. Bare hands, mind you. She does not wrap up, and she's going to talk about that here in a couple minutes. It's going to be at the Nevada County Fairgrounds, August 14th, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you guys can get some more information on that. But first off, Kirby, kind of tell our viewers, kind of the who, what, when, where's about you and what you've done and what you've got going on, and we'll go from there.
Well, I have a lot going on. Actually, I have this break coming up on the 14th, which should be pretty awesome. It's going to be definitely the most that I've ever broke.
Right.
Hopefully I don't break my hands, but anyhow, so I got that coming up. I have a lot of things that's different. I have some movies that I'm doing and different awards that's being presented that I've already got. More to come.
Right. So, all right. So, well, let's talk about this movie aspect. What can you talk about that, or is it kind of hush right now?
I could probably say a little bit.
Let's say a little bit. I won't ask questions. I'll just let you say what you
give us a little nugget.
A
little nugget.
Little nugget.
Okay, well, this movie that I'm in, it's called Soul Cage. It should be out by next year. It's being directed by Arlene Barshinger. And it's just been a blast. There's some things that needs to be worked on, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
All right. So kind of stepping back a little bit, and whenever I'm talking to a fighter, anybody in anything really, especially, what got you initially involved in martial arts?
Well, I started at a very young age. I was 3 years old, and my brother had already been in it, and my mom said that she wanted us both in it. So she put me in it because I was a girl, and she only expected us to get to our black belt. Well, fortunately, actually, we went gun-ho. So we've got millions of trophies, different belt titles, different state titles, and now moving on to some world titles.
All right, so you started at 3 years old. So let's kind of fast forward a little bit to high school, junior high. So boys are coming into the mix, and we got some, emotions going in. Maybe there's a date or two. So did any guy in your school age kind of jack with you a little bit and you put him in his place?
No.
No?
I never really had those problems. I had the problem of them going to my mom, asking her to ask me out.
So
nice.
Is that for me to assume that you had a reputation of don't jack with me?
Kind of.
All right.
They, some guys just didn't have the guts.
Right.
But those are the ones that got turned down.
That's good. Well, see, my daughter, I got her into martial arts at a young age, too. She's 14 now, and I mean, I don't want her to be mean or anything like that, but I tell her to stand your ground. Don't let anyone, especially a dude. That's the main reason why I got her into it, because I don't want, I've been around enough people, females and whatnot, that have been physically abused by a man, and I don't want my daughter to ever go through that. And that's honestly, I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I got her in, because I wanted her to be able to defend herself.
And that's the perfect reason. I think all females, little, young, old, older, I think everybody should do some training at some point in time, just because, not just from men. I'm a neutral person. There's a lot of women out there that's just evil.
Yeah.
And
I married a few of them. So.
There's a lot of bullying going on in schools nowadays, and I just feel that everybody should be able to defend themselves.
Okay. So, now, thing about bullies, I think that, especially guys that are bullies, now there's female bullies too, but they will pick on usually someone that is smaller, or maybe that didn't have enough friends, or maybe the geeks or whatever, if you will. Growing up and being smaller in stature, if you will, and then getting into competitions and whatnot, did people, whether it's an opponent or anybody, and for that matter, did they take you seriously?
It varied. Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't. I fought a girl one time, which I won't mention names, but she was about 6'2", 6'3".
What does it rhyme with? No, I'm kidding.
No. And, she looked at me and just thought she was going to take me out. Well, circumstances switched. I took her out in less than a minute. And, it just goes to show people, it doesn't matter who you are, how small you are, or female, male, it don't matter. It's an art, it's a sport, just like anything else. It's just, if you use it right, it's a defense matter.
Right. So let's talk about your some of your fighting in fight career. So other than what made you get into the physical aspect and just fighting someone, punching someone in the face, or whatever you did to them? What made you get into that higher physical interaction with people on a different level?
It was kind of a curiosity thing. I got a little older, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, and I watched all these people, bring all these trophies home and belts and rings and different things, and I said I wanted to do it. So I got me some sparring gear, and my mom paid my entry fee, and in I went, and completely undefeated. Love it.
So what did your brother think when you got into that? I mean, was there a competition between you and him?
No,
kind of like
really.
a friendly brother and sister kind of.
It was. I kind of did my thing and he did his thing, but he stood in the shadows in the background and was proud of his little sister. But
that's awesome.
I just pretty much did my own thing.
So I see a scar on your right forearm top. Was that received during any of the things that you do martial arts wise?
No.
No. Okay. So we'll just skip over that one. So, all right, now let's talk about women in martial arts in any aspect of the sport. Do you think that women get the credit that they deserve?
I don't, actually. There's a lot of guys out there. I don't want to put anybody in any certain category, but there's a lot of guys out there with egos and, women can't do this and women can't do that. But the truth is, women can do it. And I hate to say it, but women sometimes are better.
Don't hate to say it, dude.
I'm undefeated, and I've been fighting guys since I was 17 years old, and a lot of the girls wouldn't fight me, and so I've beat them all. That's why I'm undefeated. So it really doesn't matter how small, male or female, again.
So you're undefeated. So have you ever got a chance to fight like a UFC cage?
Actually, I was asked in 1999 to be the first UFC woman fighter. By Big John MacArthur and Doug Gunzelman. But I decided not to. My mom was just too worried. She didn't. There was no rules back then. I mean, you could hit anywhere, everywhere, and
free for all.
What about now? What about now, though?
Now I think I'm just too old to try it. I've put my years in. I've proved my points.
But if the situation arose and all the things lined up, and we'll just throw in the money aspect of it. If the dollars was right, and they say, you know what, we're going to give you, we'll say 6 months, and to get ready, or if you want a year or whatever. Forget age and everything like that, because I know a lot of times when people get to a certain age, different way of thinking. But would you step into it?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Because I look at the quality of what's out there in the UFC right now. And the quality is not very high in the women's division. I mean, unfortunately, it's not as great as it could be.
Yeah, I think it could be better. I know a few fighters that are really pretty evil out there. It's pretty good fighters. I know Ronda Rousey, she was doing really good, and Holly Holmes, and a few other women. I just like to see a lot of women out there bringing it up.
Yeah, it's like when we watched the fight, not the last two, but the 200 fight. They had some exciting. I did not like the Miesha Tate fight. I just thought it just seemed scripted. It seemed, like I said, I've looked at the video more than once, and she did not have the choke under the chin. It was on, and it was just, she tapped out too early, and we're going to get into that here in a little bit about all of the UFC titles that are switching hands so quickly, so rapidly.
Like I said, UFC 200, one of the best fights I saw was the Aldo Edgar fight. I thought the Aldo Edgar fight was really good. Was it Cormier? Cormier. That fight right there was one of the most horrible fights of the night, and Brock Lesnar's fight was right behind it.
Yeah, that
was absolutely atrocious.
Did you read the article that I wrote on Brock Lesnar?
I read part of it.
All right. It's better than a no. I'll take that. So, all right, Kirby. What has been your toughest feat in your martial arts career? Whether it's been a fight or something that record that you've been trying to break, or what has been the toughest feat for you?
I would have to say the Hall of Fame. I've been training for 38 years, and I'll tell you, I really didn't think I was ever going to get it. It's a high honor to get. It's hard to get. You got to prove your point through everything, between judging, fighting, being a competitor. Just to no end, you have to really bend backwards. You got to take the losses with the wins. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't have any of those, but thank God. But you do. You have to take a lot, and you got to give a lot, and you got to do a lot. And thanks to Grandmaster Robert Parham, he's the one that looked right at me and said, "You're going to Ohio with me." So
Robert's
was my ambassador.
Cool guy, man.
Yeah. So which Hall of Fame?
I got the Masters Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just think, listening to your story and the fact that you've never lost a fight, you could have been the biggest thing in UFC history if you went back. I know there wasn't rules back then, but even if even the rules changed, I think about 04.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So about even 10 years ago, if you came in,
yeah,
you could have been the biggest splash in the last 10 years.
Well, the thing is to me, don't get me wrong, I like UFC and I love watching it, but there's times that you kind of look at it and it's just two people beating the heck out of one another, It's
right.
It's definitely technique, it is. But at the same time, like I said, I didn't do it because, one, I didn't really need to go that far. And two, when you see your mother in tears begging you not to.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
You got to think twice, and she meant everything to me, so.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
So what has been the most exciting thing that you have done in your martial arts career?
Going as far as I have with the brick breaking, that and the Hall of Fame. The brick breaking, I never really thought was going to go anywhere. I actually did it because I wanted to prove myself. Being a smaller female and being a female, there was a lot of people that said that I wasn't going to be able to do it because I was a girl. And I'm the type of person, don't tell me I can't do something.
Right.
Because I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well.
So, have you ever gone back to those people and kind of said, what's up now?
I don't have to.
Huh?
They're seeing it.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yep.
So, now, the power behind what you do and what you're going to do on August 14th, explain the power behind what you do.
Well, the power comes on energy, of your body's energy, of course. A lot of people say, how do you do it? It's, to be honest with you, it's just plain crazy. You just got to be crazy, and every time you hit those bricks, you can't think about hitting the brick. You got to think about hitting the ground below that brick. And that kind of gives you, the momentum of going through those. If you hit them wrong one time, your hand splits or your hand breaks, or luckily I haven't broke no bones, but I just you got to just take all your anger and all your energy and everything and just put right towards it. You can't be scared.
So that kind of segues into my next question. how big is mind over body?
Big. You got to, when I throw my mind, I call it throwing my mind. When I throw it, it's basically there's a car running and nobody's driving it.
Wow.
Until I snap back after I'm done braking. Sometimes my energy level is just so high I can't pull it back right away until my adrenaline starts settling down.
Right. Well, now you were talking earlier about the splitting of the hand and breaking or whatever. So you were mentioning the last time you did this when we were talking over there that you split your hand?
Yes.
Okay. So now you do this. You said you don't wrap your hands or anything. And I know that there's going to be people that want me to ask this question. Why?
Well, because it shows the true master behind it.
Okay.
You can wrap your hands. Yeah, it's probably smart to do that. It protects them, but why not wrap them? It's just another point proven. You can do whatever you put your mind to, as long as you don't think about the pain.
Okay.
You have to visualize it.
Exactly.
So, all right. Is there anyone? You can take as much time as you want. Is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my family, of course, number one fans. I'd like to say hi to my mom. Of course, she's not with us anymore. And, of course, God is my power, my number one power. But one of my new idols and new heroes is, I don't know if he wants me to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw him under the bus, is Mr. James Meyer, Robert Parham, and Jason Sterling. There's a few others, China McCoy and Marcus Marcus Taylor. There's a few people that I really look up to now, and they've had some talks with me and boosted me, and now I'm in situations I'm in because of them. So, anyways, what's up, guys? I'm thinking of you.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Now we normally would take a commercial break right now, but we're in a flow, man. We're in a flow, so we're gonna just keep rolling with this. So so tell us about the 14th and about how people can get tickets.
Well, on the 14th of August at 3 o'clock is when the show actually happens. I would strongly advise everybody to be there probably around noon. It's going to be at the Grass Valley Fairgrounds in Nevada County. And I'm going to break 140 bricks. It's the most I've ever broke. And I'm going to do it for Guinness. Easiest way to get tickets.
Now, when she says Guinness, I'm sorry for interrupting. Now, a lot of people say
Guinness
I don't mean to interrupt,
books
but I
of
did
world
mean.
records.
Yeah. When she says Guinness, she's
Not
doing it for
beer.
Guinness.
Not beer.
She's not doing it for the beer. Although, if Guinness, if you want to sponsor her, hey. Okay. So, all right, keep going.
So it's the Guinness Book of World Records, not Guinness beer.
Right.
But anyhow, you can purchase tickets online under the Nevada County Fair, or you can just show up.
Now, if they want to follow you on social media, how can they follow you on social media?
I'm on Facebook, and you can friend request me, or you can go on and just go for the follow.
Okay. Now, a lot of people when they're doing things, they attribute. Well, I attribute my success to X, Y, and Z. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be anything. It could be whatever. What do you personally attribute your success in the martial arts realm to, or who, or whatever?
My mother.
Your mother.
If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
This is the 4th time that you've mentioned your mom.
Yep.
So that kind of allows me to open that door, and I usually don't open personal doors unless people kind of give me the key, and you've mentioned her 4 times, and that's my key. So let's talk about Mom and what kind of tell us a little about her and growing up and some of the things that she's instilled in you, because obviously she was a huge part of your life.
Yeah, she was my whole world. She taught us kids, morals and respect, and, never let anything knock you down, basically. Don't ever say you can't do something. Always say you can, because you can. She was a great person. She worked hard. She did what she could, and And I totally respect her for it, and that's my all-time idol is my mother. Unfortunately, we lost her 3.5 years ago. So there's some promises I've made that I will never break. So like breaking bricks with my head, for one, she'd kill me.
Oh, wow. No, well, did you think about breaking bricks with your head?
I've done it. I used to do stacks of 10. And
wow.
I retired in 2012.
That's awesome.
And you still
now, are there videos of that?
No, not at that time.
I was going to say, you still have all your marbles?
Some people tell me they're scattered.
Nice.
I got a few loose, but the most part, they're all there.
So the first time that you're going to go and break a brick with your skull, what were you thinking?
I wasn't.
So was there anything that, all right, I got to ask, was there just one night, maybe a few cervezas and some people around, and they're like, hey, man, let's go break some bricks with your head?
No, actually, I was at the dojo, and I thought if I can do it with my hands, let's just try it with my head. My brother did it. Wow. So I stacked up one or two of them and started, and kind of got addicting, actually.
So, and I have to ask, did you have anything? Was there a towel or anything on there? Just
no.
your
No.
Huh.
I never split my head, but I had a nice goose egg.
That is awesome. I want to see that. That is cool. All right. So, Mom. Well, let me ask you this: were you born in Grass Valley?
No, I was born in Sac, but I was raised in Grass Valley.
Okay, so you're raised in Grass Valley. Now, I always like to ask this about, because she's a big influence in many other things. How was she in cook-wise? Oh. It's a weird question, but I'm a foodie, and I like to know how people's mom.
She did well. She cooked very well. Everything that she did, I mean, was just awesome. I mean, we wouldn't have to ask. We wouldn't have to, she'd ask us, what do you want tonight? What is this? What do you want tonight? Well, of course, I always had to, Mom, I want my favorite.
What is your favorite?
Fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and cream corn.
Oh, my God. Okay, now I got to ask this. Now, I lived in Oklahoma for 10 years, and I've had some southern cooking, and Katie's lived in Oklahoma, and OU dude, I'm sure, has lived in Oklahoma. Oh, he did, because he went to OSU. You suck still, but he's not hearing me. But at least he's got the right shirt. He
doesn't care.
He's got the right shirt on now. I would always go from different places, and I would try all these, and the fried chicken and everything. Now, do you put gravy on there? Now gravy on fried chicken, there's a couple kind of gravy people. Ashley over here is a brown gravy person. What are you? Gravy person. What kind of gravy you like? Chocolate gravy? Oh, you're stoned. Okay, so in Oklahoma, you've got brown gravy and you got white gravy. Mm-hmm. So when you have your mashed potatoes, chicken, everything, do you want brown gravy or white gravy?
Either one.
Either one. All right, I could dig that. All right, so if someone said you're going to have your last meal, yours would be fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and cream corn.
No, mine would be Taco Bell.
Oh, God. What? We just got done talking about home cooking, and you're talking about taco hell.
That's home cooking, though. You said any meal.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
Taco Bell.
I did. So you got me on that one. So, all right, let me ask you this, because I'm kind of dumbfounded on what. Okay, because you have. Let's see, the kind of the staples in Sac. You've got. Are you doing the wave to the little?
I'm doing the wave.
The little princess wave. You've got Taco Hell, you've got Del Taco, and you've got Jim Boy's Tacos. Those are kind of the three big ones around here. So, and of course you have Alberto's, and then you have your other taquerias and whatnot. So, what is it about Taco Bell, and what do you like to eat at Taco Bell?
Actually, I can do Del Taco, too. That's
okay,
fine.
Del Taco, because I like the Del Taco double beef burritos on the dollar menu. Those things are huge.
I like those. I like the macho tacos.
Yeah.
Taco Supremes at Taco Bell. Nacho Bel Grande.
I like the Nacho Bel Grande. I will give him that.
I just like Taco Bell and Del Taco.
7-layer burrito.
7-layer hip.
So,
jalapenos.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could also get a hold of us on Facebook. You can get a hold of me, Glenn Spillman, or on the page, Epic News Sports, Twitter, Epic News Sports.
Twitter.
If you guys miss any of this and you want to get tickets to this event, go ahead and get a hold of us on social media. and we will give them that information. And because we're going to be interviewing her again at the so if there's any questions that you guys want to ask, do that as well. We're going to be up there filming from 8 o'clock in the morning until the end. So we're gonna
have a blast.
We're gonna be up close and personal. We're gonna get you all those nuggets. We're gonna show you guys the bricks. Explain the bricks like you explained it to me earlier. Boy,
you just popped out words.
Explain to these folks about the bricks.
Well, the bricks I break, they're 24 inches long, 2 inches thick, and 6 inches wide. So because I'm going for a world title, these bricks are only going to be stacked in 5s.
Okay.
Usually I mix up my stacks 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, whatever.
So they're all going to be 5.
They're all going to be 5 this time. Yep.
And they're going to be in a?
They're going to be in a circle, just so all views can be seen. And if anybody wants to come up and say hi, come up and say hi.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go up to Grass Valley, and we're going to be up there the night before. So I have been there recently. One time I did a wedding there a couple years ago. I have never eaten in Grass Valley. So someone going up there, and I want some good cooking.
Humpty Dumpty's.
Humpty Dumpty's.
But it's got to be before 3 because they close.
Oh, really? Oh.
Mexican food, go to Maria's or Margarita's.
So if you close at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got to be good.
Uh-huh.
You really, because they're just like, peace
You're
out.
like breakfast, lunch, no
done.
dinner.
All right, so Humpty Dumpty's, what is their signature dish, or what are they known for?
They're shakes.
Ah.
They're old-fashioned shakes.
Well, we're gonna have to get a shake, man. I might split that with a couple people, but
when I first heard you were breaking the bricks, I thought you were doing 140 stacked up.
Somebody else thought that too, and they're all, "What building are you jumping off of?" And I'm like, "I'm not."
Yeah, she'd be doing a head
jumping off, bam.
Yeah, that's a little too crazy.
I was like, no.
Okay.
So Glenn, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What state is those potatoes known for? Known for? What's the state that potatoes are really known for?
Idaho.
Ida Pimp.
Ida Pimp. Ida Pimp. Ida Pimp.
I just thought I'd share that with you.
That's all right. All right. So, before the competition, I'm sure you how long did it take you to prepare for this?
To be honest with you, there's really no preparing for it. You can condition your hands a little bit, but as I tell everybody, every break is different. I broke 69 bricks in different stacks of 10, stacks of 8, whatever.
Was that the one up at Mont Bleu?
Yes.
Okay.
And
now, why 69? Why not?
It was in memory of my mom.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. There's mom again. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So there's no special diet or any kind of thing that you do to prepare for something like this?
No, I gained a couple pounds just to make sure I have the weight behind me. But other than that, no, it's all mine.
What about so no workout in the gyms to build up certain? No, that's cool. That's cool. So
it's either you got it or you don't.
Yeah, and obviously you do.
I hope so this time.
Obviously, so. Now, we've talked about energy drinks over many shows about different avenues and whatnot, and the health factors of energy drinks just by themselves. So let's put an energy drink in with athletics, whether you're at the gym or whether you're training or doing whatever. What are your personal thoughts on energy drinks and athletics?
To be honest with you, if you're in shape or you're energetic already and you're a sports person, I don't see why you really need them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not real big on those. Actually, I'll drink a Kickstart every once in a great while. But I got to be pretty exhausted to do that. I don't think they're really that healthy for you.
No, they're not. And that's one of the things that we've talked about. They're very unhealthy for you. And the reason why I started drinking, I say started, I don't, but in the initial when I started drinking Red Bull is because I like the taste of it. I really wasn't drinking it for energy. It was just because I wasn't drinking at the time, and I was hanging out at the pub with my buds. So I'm like, just give me a Red Bull. And first off, they were more expensive than a freaking beer. Yeah. And So I had them, and I liked them and everything. But then I get certain effects from it, and then I would go and study it, which I should have done before I started drinking it. But I've seen and heard way too many negative things about them, and then when you're adding it in on top of that as well. So all right, so you've had many. You've already have a world record, and you're wanting to capitalize on that. So what made you want to go for this particular world record?
This has always been kind of like one of my dreams to do. I actually was going to put it off for a while, and my uncle said, no, if this is going to be your last break, you need to have them out there. So I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, if I put it off, then, I might not get another break out of me. So I went ahead and took his advice and just decided to do it this time.
Okay, so what motivates you to keep going and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it? Whether it was from 5 years ago, whether it's from now, and you keep putting your body through this, what motivates you to keep doing that?
It's just something I've done, something I love. It's like I said, it's just a sport and an art that this is what my life's been about, and I guess the sky's the limit. There's no limits, and I just keep wanting to push it harder and harder and harder.
What would you say to anybody, any young females or young children, period, out there who either want to get into martial arts or they aspire to do something great, whatever it may be? What's your words of wisdom for them?
I would say stay away from the brick breaking. I really would. It's put my body through a lot. But far as martial arts or any sport or any particular thing, go for it. Don't let anything stop you. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually a severe asthmatic. And it's been extremely hard for me through the years, running out of air and stuff. So my advice is do whatever you want to do, and don't let nobody knock you. Girl, boy, young, old, older, it doesn't matter. Set a goal, put your mind to it, and go past that goal.
There you go. That's good advice. So the question was, if I'm going to put that word away and put when you break this world record that you're going for, the 14th, what's next on your list for things to do? I'm quite not sure yet. I have a lot of doors that's opening. So really, I just don't know yet. But I know I'm not stopping anytime soon. There you go. All right, so let's kind of, this is your kind of wheelhouse, if you will. So we're going to kind of jump into our MMA segment, and we're going to kind of talk about a few things and chime in, and we're going to ask you questions as well. So now, what do you guys think about the UFC was sold for $4 billion? So if you were Dana White, would you retire and enjoy your money, or would you still continue on as kind of he's doing right now, or what would you do?
I have to say I would keep going. It's just in my blood, and I'm sure it's in his. And I would just keep going, but I'd make time to take a break.
Yeah. What about you?
I would keep going too, and honestly, I think,
Would you take any time off, like 6 months even or whatever?
No, and I think Dana White, just measuring the type of guy he is, I think he's staying on to see what they do, to see what changes they try to bring, to see, to see what they're going to try to do, what they developed. I think that's honestly what his main objective is. Collecting a paycheck, yeah, he's probably making a couple $1 million a year or so, but him and his business partner, after they get done with taxes, they're going to be like $1.5 billion billionaires.
Oh, yeah, man.
They're like $1.5 billion.
I think I'd go to Disneyland.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying the money is not the thing. I think he's staying on because he's kind of has the control freak in him.
Freak. There you go.
He has a control freakism in him. He likes to have his hand on the throttle, and I think he wants to see what they're going to do.
All right, and this $4 billion transaction is the most expensive for an organization in sports history. Period. Now,
that would be like the NFL being sold.
No. Heck, dude, the Cowboys alone, right, 2 years ago were worth $4.5 billion.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to be bigger, entity.
Oh, yeah.
The NFL will have to be sold for like $35 billion
or
the
Yankees or something like that. Which, I mean, I would say too that. I mean, I would keep going too because because I do what I do here, and then I make movies as well, and I do all this. Even if I was a multi-millionaire, I would still do it because it's what I like to do.
Exactly.
You'd be a billionaire in this case here.
Like Dana White, that's what he likes to do. So it doesn't matter if he had $10 billion or $20 billion.
You definitely never have to worry about money again.
It's not,
yeah. You can wake up and know that all you have to do is go focus on what's the next step.
Like money.
Oh right. yeah, definitely like money, and
but there's countries that don't have that much money.
True.
Oh yeah.
But we need to worry about here first.
Well, exactly. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying. So as far as having to worry about, he just needs to worry about what's next because he can be a part of the change and where the vision goes.
And that kind of, why do you think Dana White, because ESPN came out and said, hey, UFC's up for sale, and Dana White was like, no, it's not, I'm not going to do that, and he kept denying it. And then
it happened.
So what are your thoughts on why he denied it? When he knew, plain and simple, we're selling it. Do you think he just didn't want to, disrupt the waters or what?
That's possible. That's possible. If you take yourself and put yourself in his shoes, I'm sure that it's not an easy decision to make, because you have all the politics and all the inside and outs that, maybe he doesn't know about. I mean, there's some things, that's out there, but there's always those little hidden things,
I think he denied it because I think what you said, it could, a deal like that getting out before it's done, they could have walked away.
And maybe he was told, don't say anything. Well, if you're asked, deny it.
Well, the Chinese could have been like, you know what? We don't want it.
And kind of the next question, too, because Dana White has done this, and I'm sure you guys have known. Now, he's babied some fighters, and he's come down really hard on other fighters. So why do you think he babied McGregor, he babied Rousey, and he came down hard on Holm. Well, he just didn't treat her well. He came down hard
Jones.
on Nick Diaz, and Nate Diaz he kind of wanted to fail. So why do you think instead of being
John Jones
and they babied Brock Lesnar, so why do you think he did that and just across the board just didn't kind of treat everybody the same?
Well, there's some fighters that you can instantly see right off the top that they're going to be extremely talented. And, I don't believe in, picking different fighters to be harder on. If you're going to be hard on one, be hard on them all. But at the same time, I've had a couple students of my own that I seen potential in, and I seen talent, but yet I had to be harder on them to get them to pull it out and bring the A game, and maybe that's what he saw.
Yeah, that could be, and that's good. What about you?
I think you need to be. If you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna be with one, you need to be with all. You can't be, because that just shows you favor certain people. So if you're in the circle, you're good to go. But if you're not, then you're on the outs. And my problem is that I watch how he treats these guys, and I'm just like, and then the media takes it and they turn it into a damn circus.
Well, I will say this about one guy that treats his players the same across the board. That's Mark Cuban. Now, Mark Cuban has a set of rules, a set of guidelines. He treats his guys very, very well, but he doesn't. I don't think he favors anybody. I think if you cross a line, he's going to be like, you know what, you crossed the line. I don't think he's going to show favoritism, but that's just Mark Cuban. But Dana White was also quoted by saying the sport is going to the next level. These guys are going to take it to the next level. So why couldn't he take it to the next level? He proved in the past 3 UFC fights that it was debacle after debacle after debacle. He seemed to have lost control.
I think he realized he couldn't take it to where it needed to be.
Yeah, I agree.
He's lost. And partially because of his favoritism, kind of lost.
Yeah, because
you
had
lost
divisions
control of the throttle
in the locker room. You have divisions and people fighting amongst each other. So as I talked about earlier, so why do you think the UFC titles are changing so quickly? So just this year alone, we're in the beginning of August, and 7 UFC champions have lost their titles so far this year.
Well, I don't think they, I just, maybe they didn't study hard enough. Maybe they didn't train hard enough. There's a lot of fighters out there, including myself, actually. There's a point in time where you get real good and you start getting a little cocky. And usually how they fix that is they either put you up against somebody a little faster, a little quicker, or they put somebody in there that gives you a run for your money. And as far as UFC, I think it's just different generations coming along, different types of fighters. You have your laid-back fighters that are actually really good, and then you got your full contact fighters that are like totally aggressive. I just think it all depends on the person, and just different generations, different times.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great fighters out there that I think other fighters highly underestimate.
I do too.
And there's Ronda
Rousey for one.
Ronda Rousey. There's the guy Josh Emmett that he fought in the UFC on Mother's Day or over in the Netherlands. People kind of underestimate. There's when Holly Holm won, underestimated. She was underestimated, and but even people that are up and coming there, and the rules have changed, and the fight game has changed. Not one style dominates. Not striking, not the ground game, not grappling, not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's just fighters have kind of morphed into these new guys have kind of morphed into a new hybrid of fighter, and these championships are just kind of going left and right.
I think it's crazy how they're changing back and forth. I think honestly, Ronda Rousey, people are like, oh, she's done. I don't think she's done.
No,
I think she's laying weight right now.
She's not done.
The girl who won the title from Miesha Tate, she's already beat her.
Yeah.
She's beat pretty much all of them,
right?
Except for Holmes. I think she beat Holmes before, didn't she?
I'm
not sure about Holmes.
So, no.
Yeah.
Holmes jumped into the mix.
But I think her first order of business would be come back and have a fight, get her back to swinging things, and then fight possibly for the championship. And then if she won that, to fight Holmes to settle that score.
Right.
To settle that. But I don't think she's done. I think she regrouped.
She's on hiatus for a little
She's regrouping right now.
Yeah. And a lot of things, too, that I think these guys are losing, because when they're cutting so much weight, I saw a guy, and I know this guy, but when he lost, Dave Mitchell, when he lost to Max Griffin, when we, and it was, I believe it was like 45 seconds, he cut a lot of weight, and then when I saw him on weigh-ins, he looked freaking loopy, and he was just kind of like, but when you cut that much weight that quickly, that's another reason. But Anderson Silva, I mean, he defended his title 12 consecutive times. I mean, that's the most in UFC history, and but the sport again has just changed so much.
I laugh about Anderson Silva because there's been some times when he's been so good, and then there's been a couple of times we watched that one fight. He threw his arm out there and he got tagged and put on the ground. I was like, what are you doing?
But he got humbled really quick.
Yes, quickly.
But
he broke his leg.
Oh yeah, that was freaking.
I was like, what the hell?
But it was but the UFC, I'm going to be interested in seeing where it's going to go from here with new ownership, because I know a lot of times with new ownership they sometimes clean house and they kind of get rid of certain things and certain people, certain ways, certain rules, certain whatever, and it's going to be interesting to see. Actually,
I think a couple of fighters. I don't know which ones, but I have an idea maybe. But there's a couple of fighters when contracts come up. I don't think the new regime is going to be resigning. Even though Dana White's still in control, I think the new regime is going to purge some of those fighters.
Are you talking one certain Irishman?
I think there's a possibility that he may be one that it's not renewed. I think there's some other ones that I'm like, why do they have these guys on the roster? I'm like,
well, money.
Are they just there for
Brock Lesnar, the only reason why Brock Lesnar was there, because money. It put in butts in the seats. But anyway, I want to thank our guests, Kirby Delaunay, for being on panel. I appreciate you coming down, and I had a great time talking to you. And we're gonna be there when the sun comes up, man. We're gonna film this thing from beginning to end, the during, the middle, the after. And again, if you guys want to get tickets, they can go to
Grass Valley Fairgrounds, Nevada County Fairgrounds, and purchase tickets early. They're actually cheaper too.
All right. Well, we are going to take a few-minute commercial break, and we'll be back. We're going to talk a little bit about Major League Baseball, a few kind of weird things that are going on, especially with the Dodgers and A's. But we'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Epic Sports Radio, coming at you live from the Sticks Bar and Grill in Citrus Heights. Once again, I want to thank Jordan for being our gracious host. Sean Allen, she might have left, and we just had on Kirby Delaunay. She is a martial artist, and she has been doing that since she was 3 years old, and she's going to be going for the world record August 14th. We are going to be there documenting that and filming that. So, we've covered a lot of stuff today. We're going to dive into now you got Johnny Cueto up here. He's pitching. The Giants are playing the Phillies, so they are kind of cruising right now, 4-0. So Cueto's kind of
you get nothing.
Up. He's out. Got to watch that replay though, man. He kind of looked. I don't know. That's a bang play, man. He's looking towards the dugout, seeing if they're gonna throw the challenge flag.
Challenge flag. Yeah, get out of here.
But hey, you know what? One thing, I was driving here, and there was this orange Civic. He was safe. There was this orange Civic that drove by, and Ashley's like, "Oh man, I like that kind of orange." And no, she said that. I'm like, I freaking hate orange. I said that's Longhorn orange, and she was like, well, I like it. Anyway, it sucks. All you Longhorn fans that are watching,
this is late.
Down with the horns.
Late in the show, sir.
I hate you guys. Go Sooners! Thank you very much.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Boomer Sooner man. See, we got Sooner fans everywhere. So, all right. So the Dodgers. Last week I was wearing the Dodgers. This week I'm wearing the Yankees, but Dodgers. They now you're an A's fan.
Yes.
Is that fried pickles? Oh, you're an A's fan. So let me ask you this: when you first found out that Josh Reddick went to the Dodgers,
what the hell are they doing?
What were you thinking?
I was like, I wasn't surprised. I mean, the A's have given away so many and traded away so many.
Yeah, but you probably wish that he would have went anywhere other than
LA.
other
than the Dodgers. I mean, oh, man, come on.
Because that just kind of elevates the Dodgers now to give the Giants some trouble.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But the Dodgers send Puig packing to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And they put him well, thank you very much. Is that Good Ranch or... Anyway, we're trying a jalapeno popper, ladies and gentlemen, that the chef just gave me. Freshly made.
Smells good.
I hate spice. I really freaking hate spice.
I love it.
I'm going to try this jalapeno popper. Is it hot? No, I meant like not spicy hot, but like heat hot. Like, all right. So anyway, I'm going to try this, and we're going to... I normally don't eat on air.
Look, there she is.
Is it the dude? Hey.
I see your message. I've been on the air.
Hey, dude. Anyone that wants to know who the dude is, the dude, Sean's girlfriend, it's her birthday today.
Because for about the first 4 weeks, he thought that she was a guy.
Yeah, I thought she was a guy. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear dude. Happy birthday to you. Hey, dude, just to let you know, you have the same birthday as Tony Bennett. He's a couple years older than you. He's turned 90 today.
Hopefully he'll make it until midnight.
Yeah. I went to George Burns' 100th birthday.
Wow.
Now, he didn't actually turn 100. They just had a 100th birthday party for him. I was there, and then he died. So.
Yeah.
But they did have the party for him, even though it wasn't his birthday.
Well, hey.
All right, so Puig, sorry about that little rabbit trail. And again, I don't normally eat on air, but when the chef brings me something freshly made, I got to try it. So
I have no shame. Bring me one, and I'll have one too.
So Puig was told Monday not to join the Dodgers on their road trip.
So what did he do? Because I was trying to.
What did he do?
He's been an idiot. I know that.
Okay, Puig is 25 years old. Your phone sucks, by the way.
The battery.
Hey, any of you Samsung people out there, throw your phones away and go with an iPhone. Sean has a Samsung Galaxy what?
That's the note 4.
That's a note 4. It should be called the note suck because that's what it does. It dies all the time. He could have the battery charged.
In.
And it's plugged in right now, and it's dying. Anyway, Samsung, their phones suck. Now, their TVs are wonderful. But anyway, Puig, he's 25 years old. He's only been in the league for 3 years. Ever since he stepped foot on American soil and he put the Dodgers uniform on, he's been the center of controversy his entire career.
Didn't he get suspended for 50 games?
He got suspended for a lot of, and he's an attitude problem. He's not a team player. He's arrogant.
You know, Magic Johnson's part owner of that, right?
Yeah.
He's like, not going to have that.
That's fine. That's probably one of the reasons.
Why he's packing.
He's gone. So, okay, Puig is now in Oklahoma City. So he's pretty much living in hell because it's hot as hell in Oklahoma. It's not as hot as Houston, though. I will say that. Houston is by far the hottest place that I have ever lived. And I've lived all over the world. Hot in Houston, man. So anyway, Josh Reddick, I think, is going to bring power with the bat. He's going to bring speed. He's going to bring consistency. He's going to bring a lot more things that Puig should have brought, but he didn't brought.
He didn't bring anything.
That's not proper English, but I don't care.
Brought.
So, do you think the Dodger fans will embrace Reddick?
I think anybody who's helped them win, I don't embrace anybody who's helped them win.
I think they're going to embrace anyone that has a Dodger uniform on. I think if Hunter Pence went to the Dodgers, they would embrace him, and they hate the Giants.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I would.
You're talking about bleeding orange and bleeding blue.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though. The Dodgers stepped up their game, and we'll get into this here in a few minutes. The Giants have also stepped up their game. But anyway, we're going to go towards the East Coast a little bit, kind of central, and we're going to go talk about Joey Votto. Joey Votto, he's a good player. He's first baseman for the Cincinnati Reds. He's a cool guy. I've talked to him a couple times. He's really cool. He's kind of got a pretty decent demeanor about him, but he kind of lost his cool with a fan. He went for a foul ball, and the fan also went for the ball and caused Joey to miss the ball, and Joey grabbed his shirt. And this was a Cincinnati Red fan. They were playing in St. Louis. The Cincinnati fan, so he stared at the guy, said something to him, pissed off. And then afterwards, Votto apologized, signed a ball, and gave it to the guy. But here's what Votto said. He goes, "I made a mistake crossing the stands field boundary." Votto said after the game, "I misplayed it, and I took my frustration out on the fan. I felt bad about it. He apologized, but I was the one who should have been apologizing to him for bullying him." Well, let me break that down real quick. First off, you didn't make a mistake crossing the stands field boundary. Screw that. Derek Jeter went and not only crossed the stands, jumped into the stands to catch that foul ball, cut his face open, and, he saved, and
who was it that jumped in the stands in Detroit? In Detroit, Pistons.
Oh, no. That was because a fan threw beer on him.
Yes. But who was that?
That was Ron Artest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about jumping into the stands. Full force, just launched into the stands.
I don't think Joey Votto should apologize for trying to go for a foul ball.
No.
I think what he did to the fan afterwards, kind of being a douche, that's different. But, he gave him a ball and he posed for a picture of him. That was kind of cool of him to do. But
he was told and instructed.
Yeah, this was a totally canned bullcrap statement.
If you want to stay Cincinnati Reds?
Oh, no. That's not that big of a deal. I mean, the Reds, they don't care too much about that, but they just kind of give him a canned apology and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, speaking of the whole stands thing, and since we're watching the Dodgers are up there. So since we're watching the Giants game and whatnot, now it didn't say whether the fan was a Giants fan or a Phillies fan, but last night the Giants were playing the Phillies, and a fan was asked to leave in the 6th inning after verbal confrontation with the ump. So when I first saw this, now ESPN are talking about it, First Take, all these guys are talking about, did the ump have a right to kick him out? Should he have been kicked out? Because the fan was saying, get this guy out of here, you suck, and he was telling the ump.
How many thousands of people have said that about umps throughout the decades?
Here's the thing, though. Now, the guy was sitting 14 rows up of, wow, that was weird. 14 rows.
Yeah, hello?
14 rows up behind home plate. So he had a nice little avenue to the umpire. Now, the umpire warned him and everything. So diving into the story a little deeper, it wasn't that the guy was saying, you suck, you suck. His verbiage got a little bit more graphic after that. And why the ump had him removed is because the ump said there's kids around, there's women around and families, and they don't buy tickets to pay to hear someone use that kind of language.
Okay.
That I agree with.
I can agree with that.
Anything other than that, it's freedom of speech. You can do anything. Now, keep the profanity out of it. You can tell an ump that he sucks. You can tell him that,
I have an 11-year-old. I don't want him hearing that.
What, the suck part or
no, just the profanity.
Yeah. So he was asked to leave more than once. So the fan did comply. He didn't, go crazy or anything like that. So, but I think that if you're going to do so, I've been in games where fans have kind of gotten, but the fans applauded the ump, and people were applauding and everything like that. So what do you think, man? I mean, you've been to games. What do you think now? If you see a fan getting out of control, say you got your 11-year-old there, and the guy was, effing this and effing that, you mother effer, all that. What would you do as a fan? Would you go to the dude and be like, "Come on, bro, we got kids," or would you kind of go maybe to an usher and be like, "Look, man, this is what's going on. This cat, I've got kids." What would you do? Honestly,
I'll give you the honest answer.
Don't be politically correct.
No, I was going to say, if you want me to be politically correct, I can. But if I give you my honest opinion, if I'm sitting down and 4 rows back and 2 rows over, a guy's doing that, and I can stand up and, hey man, why don't you keep the profanity out of it? You know what I mean? You can speak cleaner than that and get your message across.
Yeah.
And then he would, hey, we got kids here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like at that point, usually ushers or whatever,
right,
will start to take notice, or someone will go down and get an usher, say, hey, that's going on up there, and they'll get right on it. So usually it doesn't. But I've seen some guys take it into their own hands. Be like, hey, they go over there and, dude, if you don't quiet down, you're gonna get. Either you can be quiet or you get pummeled. One of the two. I personally, if my daughter was there, I would personally go up to the dude and I'd be cool about it. I wouldn't get in his face or anything. I'd be like, hey, bro, I mean, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I know you're a fan, and I can dig it, but could you please get your message across without using the F-bomb or this and that? That's what I would do. And if the guy told me to go F myself, that's when I wouldn't do anything physical because I'd go to jail. I don't feel like going to jail over beating some guy up. So what I would do is I'd be like, all right, fine. Then I'd go tell an usher. And then, so that's that. We'll let the usher. Did you notice it's 4-2 now?
It's 4-2. But, all right, so now I'm wearing a Yankees hat, a Yankees shirt. That is one of my favorite teams by far. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a Yankee fan. Now, but I'm not an A-Rod fan anymore because he's a lion.
A-Rod is
douchehole.
Garbage.
But here's what he said. He said that he wants to show the Yankees that he can still contribute. Well, I tell A-Rod, shut your pie hole, and I'll tell you why. I sat behind home plate, 2 rows back. Last June, I believe it was the June 23rd and 24th, when the Yankees played Houston, in Houston. He swung the bat so lazy, and he played so lazy as a player, and I lost respect for him for that, but I mainly lost respect for him because he lied about doing the steroids and everything like that. But he says he wants to contribute. So Joe Girardi was asked, hey, what do you think about, A-Rod, kind of getting back in there, earning the, $250+ million that you guys have given him?
$25 million a year.
And Joe Girardi said, and I quote, in maybe the near future, do I see him getting a ton of bats? That's a question. He said no. I probably don't because of some of the changes that we're possibly going to make here, Girardi said. Continue, quote, we are going to take a look at probably some younger players here in a little bit, see if we can add to some of the struggles we've had offensively and see if they can be some big bats in the lineup. So basically, Joe Girardi is saying A-Rod's days are numbered.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, A-Rod's biggest thing would be at this point, if he was
he needs to shut up and produce.
Well,
now,
right.
if he wants to remain,
he should restructure his contract. He's not earning He's not earning $25 million a year right now.
They're not going to. He won't do it, dude. But what he needs to do, he needs to get. Here's what I would do if I was thinking. They're getting rid of people anyway. I mean, they're getting rid of.
They're about to clean
they got
house.
Rid of Beltran, man.
They're about to clean house and rebuild.
That's what. Now there are some people here that I think the Yankees need to get rid of. A-Rod's one of them. They need to clear the salary cap, and they need to get rid of A-Rod. And they do need to go get younger. But I keep saying with the Yankees, any ball club really, but the Yankees especially, pitching. Yes, they can go and get younger prospects and whatnot, but the Yankees need to concentrate on getting pitching. Plain simple, done, end of story.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when they're going to get rid of a couple, 2-3 players, people are going to be like, well, A-Rod, everybody will clap and applaud because it's time for him to go. He's been getting the easy ride, not paying anything, not batting, not doing anything. So, but they're going to have to strip it down. They're going to have to strip it down and rebuild, and they're not going to make it to the playoffs for a few years.
Well, heck, they didn't make it last anyway. But all right. So now, speaking of there have been some people. Speaking of the Reds, there have been some people saying that they could possibly lose 100 games. There's 57 games left in the regular season.
How many losses do the Reds have?
I believe it's 64 or 65. There's 57 games left in the regular season. Do you think any team, whether it's the Reds, the Twins, A's,
does any team have more than 75 losses?
No, the highest lost is probably, I think, maybe 65, 66. 57 games left, so they got to lose basically
35 or 60 or 57,
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it can't happen, but usually the teams that have been sucking usually suck it up right about here and get on a run.
Well, speaking of on a run, now the Giants, they're kind of hot and cold. They went on a 7-game losing streak. They win a couple, lose 2 or 3, win a couple. Now the Dodgers are only 2 games behind San Francisco. So I'm not going to give it a week, 2 weeks. I'm going to give it to the end of the month, which is probably 28 days. So do you think the Dodgers will overtake the Giants and take over first place by the end of the month?
I don't know. Like I said,
I want a yes or no. I don't know. I want yes or no.
No.
Why?
I just don't think they're going to do it.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to tell you when, and I'm going to tell you why. Next week, by the end of next week, they're going to be in first place. The Giants are going to lose a couple games. The Dodgers are going to win a couple. They're going to become even. They're going to teeter-totter, and it may only be for a day or 2, but the Dodgers will overtake the Giants. Now, here's the deal about, and I'm going to tell you why the Giants. That'll be a kind of a wake-up call and why it won't last.
I think the Giants are about to get hot.
But here's the thing. Now, the hottest team right now, and no one really cares unless you live there, the hottest team right now with the 7-game win streak, the Detroit Tigers.
We don't care.
I don't care. So that's enough I'm going to say about that. So now the last thing that we're going to talk about is the Giants. And now Brian Sabian, now people are kind of bowing down and worshiping him right now, and they say the consensus of people say that the Giants did the best in the major league draft. Not draft, the trade deadline. Crap, I can't think today. The trade deadline.
They picked up a big name, didn't they?
They picked up a few big names. Now, they picked up Matt Moore. He's a starter. Now, he's with the Tampa Bay, was with the Tampa Bay Rays. He's got He's 7-7. That's not really that good. A 4.0 ERA. But here's the thing. When you leave one team, sometimes you're with a team and you don't really want to be there, so you don't really care too much, and you're not really doing too well. But once you get to the Giants, when more comes to the Giants, then he all of a sudden becomes hot, and then his ERA goes down, his wins go up. And so I still think that's going to add a spark not only in Matt Moore, but it's going to add a spark in the Giants. And they're going to add, look, they got Kane, they got Cueto, they got Samardzija, they got Bumgarner. They're just adding to it. And then they got Will Smith, not the actor or rapper Will Smith, but the player. And then infielder Eduardo Nunez.
Right.
So that's just going to add that much more of a spark, I believe, to the Giants' offense.
If Matt Moore catches fire and Nunez goes off, Will Smith shuts it down.
Nunez comes from probably one of the top 3 worst teams in the league, I think, are the A's, the Reds, and the Twins. So Nunez comes from the struggling Twins, all of a sudden goes directly to a first-place hot contender with the Giants. I think that's going to... Again, that's going to be the smelling salts that he needed, and so he's going to take on that. And so Nunez is just right under, I think 296-ish, just right under 300 batting average, which is good. And I think it's going to be a new start, a new chapter in his life. And I'm not saying, now a lot of people are like, oh, you're a Dodger fan, you hate the Giants. I don't hate the Giants. I like the Giants. I root for the Giants. I'm just saying my 2 favorite teams are the Dodgers because I'm from Los Angeles. I was born in L.A., and I like the Yankees because growing up, that's all I really knew was the Yankees and the Dodgers. And I started playing ball at the same time that Kirby started doing martial arts. And so I played baseball, and then I started surfing at 5. That has nothing to do with the Yankees, but I patterned myself. I love the people. My favorite players in Major League Baseball, they either played for the Dodgers, the A's, the Yankees. I love Thurman Munson. I love Catfish Hunter, Ricky Henderson, Dave Carter, Goose Gossage played with the Yankees and the A's.
Yep.
There's a lot of Ricky Henderson played with the A's and Yankees. So, there's a lot of... So, pattern after that. So, I do... it would be nice to see even the Giants get back to the World Series in 2016. But depending on who they play... But I think if they do, I think they're going to get hot with these new transactions that are going. It's going to take some pressure off of Bumgarner and Kane. Because Bumgarner and Kane, if you really want to think about it, they've been struggling quite a bit. And
right.
The A's, you might as well just take your A's stuff, put it in the closet, and don't wear it anymore.
We're done.
They're done, dude.
Done.
They're done. Go buy a big fork and send it to Oakland because they're done. Stick a fork in them. They're done. But the Giants have some really good prospects, even with the Rivercats, man. Blackburn shut the freaking Salt Lake City Bees down, man. And so you said you're going camping. When are you going to be here this Sunday? This weekend?
This Sunday, no.
Oh, so you're going to be gone.
I'll be here the following Sunday when we go cover the thing in Nevada City.
Yeah, so you're going to miss that game too. But anyway, they got some really good pitching prospects. And like with Cueto, it's 4-2 right now. I can't see the inning that they're in. I can see the outs, but I can't see the inning. But anyway, Cueto, dude.
It's like 8th inning? Possibly.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that the Giants will. They're going to be a contender, dude.
Yeah.
They really are. And again, I've never had anything against the Giants. I only bust people's balls because they're so Giant fanatic, and I just kind of mess around with people a little bit. But I respect the Giants. I like the Giants. They're a good team. Can't argue with that. The Dodgers, I think that they're in second place because the other teams in their divisions just suck that much worse. I don't think the Dodgers are that great of a team. I think they're lucky to be in second place. and after when Kershaw sucked it up last playoffs, I'm like, if you guys can't get to the big show this year, it's not going to freaking happen for a while.
Yeah. And then there's football, just a touch away.
We got NFL
football is
coming up.
That I can almost touch it.
And we've got college football coming up. And I'll tell you what, if you want to go, you can. I'm going up to Tahoe every single week, probably on a Thursday or Friday.
To do what?
I'm going to bet.
Every week?
Every freaking week. Now, I'm not betting thousands or big.
I was
I'm
going to say I got 5 on it.
No, I'm talking maybe $20 to $40. I will do I can't freaking think. I'm going to put 3 teams together. I'm going to parlay. There you go, parlay. So I'm going to parlay 3 teams, or I might just pick 3 different games or whatever. But I like to go up there because it's a relaxing drive. I'll bet maybe 1 pro, 2 college, something like that, because I'm really good with the college. And it's just kind of a drive. Go up there, hang out for an hour or so, have a drink, and then drive back. And
it'd be nice if we get a car dealership to sponsor us, so we can drive up in style.
You never know.
Yeah, never know.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you can. And if I can get other people to bet, we could all throw in some money, and we can all agree. So if we get some people, and because on a $20 parlay, on a 3-team parlay, you'll win $120 if they all come in. So
if you had 5 people put $20 in,
there you go. Yeah,
that money grows.
Yeah. So all right. So we are coming towards the end of our show. We're wrapping things up. So you say you just went to Tahoe last night. And well, first off, did you play your favorite game? You did, don't lie.
A little bit.
You didn't go there and not do it.
I did a little bit. A little bit on the blackjack.
What did you eat? Where did you stay?
Well, we stayed at the place right there past. You know what a Stardust is? Stardust is right there past.
On the right-hand side?
It's if you're coming up to Harvey's and Harris.
Yeah.
It's on LaSalle. It's right there.
Oh, so you're on the side street there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We stayed on a little side street. It was one of the ones right behind the Stardust.
So what did you do? What did you eat? Like, because I know Sammy Hagar has a Cabo Wabo there. What did you buffet it? What did you guys eat?
No, we just had for dinner we had Bob Fresh. It was right across the street.
Come on, man.
Well, hey, we're
all right, well,
on a budget here.
So you tell the dude's not watching right now, but you tell the dude that wants football, especially the weekend of football, we're going to freaking Tahoe and placing some bets. Period. And you can tell her she's gonna like it. And so hey, I'm kidding, by the way.
Yes.
but yeah, if we can get a few people up, we could all agree on a parlay.
Danielle could babysit the kids.
There you go.
And the dude could ride with us.
Yeah.
She could drive. She could drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that idea.
Yeah, but sometimes I get car sick sitting in the back, man.
Okay, well then you could drive.
I'll drive. So all right.
She'll
so yeah.
sleep.
So football's coming up. Speaking of football, though,
are you going to be in my fantasy league?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you an invite.
But yeah, fantasy football. We'll start talking about that coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about all of that. We're going to talk about
last 2 years. I like the live draft now.
Yeah,
I didn't like the live draft.
We're going to be doing some betting, some small betting. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff, and maybe some college game day stuff.
I need to learn. I need to learn the over under. The points.
I can teach you all.
How to work
you know what? Speaking of what's up with Loretta, dude?
Oh well.
She said, "Hey, get a place. We'll come watch you." We've been here 3 weeks.
Loretta, can we have a show to demonstrate our skills at your bar, Loretta? In 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
This is what's today? The 3rd?
Yeah, the 3rd.
So in 2 weeks from today, we'd like to do a show.
So hey, man. So anyways, that's all I've. My daughter's getting ready to go back to school. She's vampire, my daughter.
Really?
Yeah, she stays up all night and she sleeps all freaking day, man. I get up this morning and she's still up. I'm up at 7 doing whatever. And I'm like, did you just get up? She's like, no, I haven't gone to bed yet. So she's been doing that all summer long, man. And she'll get up. She might She might be up by now.
She knows she's the built-in babysitter for the baby, right?
So, but anyway, she sleeps all the freaking time during the day and up all night. Like I got up the other night and what I do, I got something to drink or something like that. She's on her Nintendo 3DS, but which is cool. I mean, it's summertime. I don't freaking care. But honestly, I can't wait till school starts because I kind of want her to get into the groove. It's high school. It's going to be a different beast for her, and it's going to be exciting. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for watching. Sean's sucky phone died, so all his viewers.
I'll share your feed.
There you go. And we want to thank everybody for watching, everybody around the globe, around the United States. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, we would appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, Epic News Sports. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. We will be back here next Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30. We've got a couple guests possible, so I don't want to say yet exactly who because I haven't got
we had one person ask if they can be a guest on the show today. So Keith Jackson.
If you watch this on archive, and I know we already said it earlier, give me a call, 916-420-0697, and we'll get you hooked up. Get a hold of Sean, whatever. Sean's going to be out of town, so you never know. So we once again appreciate it. Once again, happy birthday to the dude, and we will see.
How about Dudette? That sounds better.
I'm sorry, man.
Dudette sounds better.
Dude, she's the dude. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.